Unit 13, Assignment 1, Qualities, Characteristics and Roles. First quality is good knowledge of sports skills. And what I mean by this is you're able to demonstrate effective and correct strategies, you know your skills, and you basically do all of that to help improve performance. Example is the Barcelona manager, and he demonstrated good knowledge of sports skills by winning the UEFA Champions League in June 2012. And what this means is that by demonstrating good skills, players gain in confidence, and as they gain in confidence, they in return improve on performance. Second quality is knowledge of rules and laws. When you demonstrate, this is when you demonstrate correct knowledge, you encourage stuff like fair play, and you pass on your knowledge to your players. And one bad example is Jose Mourinho, when he had a row with the Arsenal manager, and this is bad because managers act as role models, and therefore this portrays bad behavior on players, which makes them as bad as him. And understanding mental needs, and what I mean by this is like what's brain food, what the players want to get out of it, and how certain players train or perform differently to others. Now, for example, Brian Clough, he mentally feeds players by using psychological factors, and in return this results in a better performance, because performers they are motivated because of certain factors, like what he said that the England manager was in the crowd, which increases their performance. Fourth quality is understanding physical needs. What I mean by this is you need to understand how certain factors affect performance, such as age, and how they overcome this factor. For example, Ryan Giggs is in his late 30s, and Sir Alex Ferguson understands his physical needs as he's much older than his performers, therefore requires separate training or different sorts of training. Now, this means that as the manager understands this, the performance is maximized by the player, and this increases a better and stronger relationship also between performer and manager, which in return increases performance. Characteristics. One characteristic is approachable, and approachable is when you're friendly, you're easy to talk to, you're not intimidating, and you kind of avoid getting angry. Bad example is Roy Keane, and he has a history for swearing at people and intimidating people, and you don't want to meet this guy on the street. And one of the important roles for managers is that they act as role models, and therefore if he is not approachable and uses foul language, then so will his performance, which demotes fair play. And patience is when you remain calm, you avoid getting angry, and you have the ability to take negative comments. And for example, Brian Reid is another bad example. When Alex Ferguson's game was to provoke him, he fell for it, and he started saying negative comments and lost patience. Now this again has a negative impact on players, because they act as role models, and therefore the players will copy him and think it's the right thing to do, but it's not. And it affects performance because they're not promoting like fair play, they're not good performers. Forgiving is when you give second chances, you're able to keep calm and forgive players. Brendan Rodgers, when he forgave Luis Suarez for biting in a game, he forgave him. This means that there's a better relationship between player and manager, because they understand that he forgave him and therefore gave him second chances, and this increases relationship, therefore increases confidence and therefore performance. Another one is being discreet. Discreet is when you have the ability to keep secrets and keep private information secure, and stuff like that. Roy Hodgson is a bad example because he exploited Raheem Sterling to the media to that he was mentally and physically drained for playing a match. And this is not good because it means that players don't trust managers, and therefore it decreases the relationship, a lot of hatred in the game, and decreases performance overall. Moving on to the roles, one role is being a guardian, and that's when you hold a duty of care, offer protection, health and safety. For example, Jose Mourinho and his former player, when this is after he left, and because he offered duty of care and health and safety, his players loved him very much and cared for his players. And therefore, what this does on performance is that it increases the relationship, and therefore certain skills such as confidence will be gained and overall performance will increase of the player. Psychologist, this is what motivates the player, what techniques is used to help improve performance by keeping them interested in essentially brain food. Brian Clough uses psychological factors such as saying that the England manager is in the crowd, and this in return motivates players, especially this motivates players because they believe that they need to perform extra as a top person is watching, and therefore this increases performance. Another role is one of the main ones is being a role model. This is a person who can portray positive attitudes and behaviour onto the players. For example, Ryan Giggs, he's a role model because he played at Manchester United and now he's become an assistant manager. Now this, because he has many aspects such as knowledge of rules and sports skills, and he understands what they want out of it and stuff like that. And what this does, it emits positive behaviour towards the players, which can in return improve their confidence and performance. And another role is being an organiser. Being a good organiser means that you plan your lessons, you overall have a good attitude and train players, being prepared. And Ronald Koeman organised his team very well when his team beat Arsenal in the top league, and therefore this resulted in a better and a stronger relationship between player and manager, which increases performance and confidence of players, which can